All right, welcome everyone again to the secret to the vital health tonight. So tonight we are going to discuss something most doctor and nutritionists never mention. So what are they? The energy of the space that you live in. So if you've been feeling sluggish, anxious, or just a little bit off despite eating well and exercising, tonight might be the biggest aha moment for you, right? So type already in the chat if you are ready and tired of feeling drained. Yeah, type already, then I can start the webinar. Yeah, anyone there? Right. Okay. Yeah. So you guys are seeing my slide? Yes, no? Okay. Anyway, before we start, let me ask you something very direct. All right, guys. Have you ever feel tired even when you sleep enough? Or have you ever taken any supplements, exercise, you try to eat clean, but you still feel that your energy is not enough, right? Anyone? What if I told you your house may be silently straining your vitality? And tonight, I'm going to show you something that most people never realize, right? So, what is it? The missing pieces in modern health is most people think that health is only about three things: diet, exercise, and frequent medical checkups. But there's one factor people ignore. And what is it? Yeah. Have you ever optimized the one thing that you actually spend 70% of your life in? What is it? It's inside a building. Which building? You spend time sleeping, resting, and sometimes working as well. So, where's this building? Your house, right? If the chi of the environment of your house is weak, your body will constantly fight for compensation. And eventually, most of the time, your body will lose, right? Well, Feng Shui is not about decoration. Yeah. So Feng Shui actually, they are some classical foundation books that you can check. One of it is this Qing Long King or the Green Dragon Sachets. There's another one called Book of Barrier. Yeah, so the studies of feng shui actually go back to more than 2000 years ago, and we have books for that as well. Okay, so classical feng shui was never ever about putting lucky bamboo or and or the small looking little water fountain that people sell to you. Yeah, it's not about that. It's real water, yeah, and real mountain. That is what feng shui is all about. So the ancient master, they always understood something's very powerful. What is it? The chi. Okay. And chi determine our vitality. So if the chi is harmonious, our body thrive. If the chi is chaotic, our body will be weakened as well. Right. Okay. So how is your house controlling your body? Well, feng shui is a science of chi distributions. Okay, so think of it like a indoor, plumbing system for energy, right? So if the pipes are clogged, the house get toxic. So if the energy is stagnant, your health will suffer as well, right? So there are actually three types of luck. So in Chinese metaphysics, we talk about heaven luck, which is your 八字, and we have earth luck, which is your feng shui. And of course, human luck, which is your action. So most people only focus on human luck. They try to work harder. But if the earth luck is draining you, you are actually trying to swim upstream against the tide, against yeah, it's going to be very difficult. So feng shui is not superstitious. It is environmental physiology. Okay. Right. Now, what people don't know is that your bedroom control 30% of your health. Why? Because every day you spend about 6 to 8 hours unconscious. Yeah, you sleep, you're conscious. So during sleep, your body repair itself. Even doctors agree with that, right? All the scientists agree with that. So if your bed aligns wrongly, you have beam, you are sleeping under a beam, or you are sleeping in the wrong sector, or you have Sachi pressuring you, so your nervous system will never fully relax. And that is why people wake up already tired. Right? Okay. So one of it is your bed position is actually very important. If you have a bed backing to a window, right, it represents energy leakage. So it is believed that your personal energy will leak out through the window while you are in a unconscious state, when you are vulnerable, where you are leading. All of this will be leading you to a weakening of your vitality over time. Yeah, it doesn't happen overnight. So over time, it will you will start to feel your body has been weakened. Right? So, and if you have a door directly facing to your bed, right? There's some people call it the coffin position, right? What it means is the chi is rushing in and it hit you fast, leading to a restless sleep and a nervous system burnout, right? Then if you have this problem, beam on top of your bed, okay? So it's called a beam pressure, and your body is under constant compression while you are asleep. And you will wake up with back pain, headache, all this problem, right? And one more is actually called the mirror placement. Yeah. So if you have a mirror reflecting your bed, right? So go back. What I want you to do is go back, look at your bed tonight. Is there a mirror facing you? If you have, the mirrors will reflect the chi flow. All right. Actually, it reflects lights lah, and lights will cause the energy to be more yang, more active. So because of that, your mind will be very active, and it is very difficult for you to be resting peacefully. Yeah. So having a mirror facing the bed is difficult for sleep. Right. Then other than bedroom, what other places? Your kitchen as well. Okay. Why? Because the kitchen will also affect your internal organs. In Feng Shui, the kitchen represents your digestive system, your metabolic health lah. Yeah, why? Because the food you cook there and you will eat, right? Then of course it affects your digestive system, right? So what problems you may see? For example, if you have a stove directly facing a sink, right? Then we call this the fire and water crash. And this often manifests as a digestive system issue or a heart inflammation issue. Why heart? Because fire represents heart as well. Yeah. And if you have a stove that is under the window, that means at the back of the stove you don't have anything that block it. Okay. So what it means is you have a rushing chi, right? Because windows sometimes are entry and exit point for chi flow. And if you place a stove directly in this pathway, then it will be exposed to the unstable energy or rushing energy or chi flow, okay, that is attacking the stove. Okay. So what it means, it means that it can drown the health of its occupants. And over time, this can manifest into physical problems. So your house actually mirrors your body as well. Right? So these two area is considered one of the most important area in your house. And one more thing. Many people miss this because people think waters means wealth, which is right, which is correct in terms of feng shui. But if the waters are in the wrong placement, it can also drown out the health of its occupants. Yeah, so location of a water feature is actually very important. You put in a correct location, yes, it will also activate the wealth opportunities. But however, if you place in the wrong locations, then you will have health issue. For example, if you have a water features at the center of the properties, then chances of heart and circulation issue is high. And if you have a water feature as the northwest location, yeah, then it will be head or your head problem with the head with the brain. So most of the time, depression might happen. Okay, so these are just example, right? There are others area where water are not supposed to be in, right? Yeah, and these are only two of the example. Okay, next I would like to share the five hidden health killers, right? So now I'm going to show you what I see during real consultation. These are very, very common things that I see. Okay, number one, if you have a Sachi, yeah, at the not center, Sachi in front of your door. For example, if you have a door that faces to the T junction, or your neighbor sharp edges roof is pointing directly to your door, or you have a lamppost, right, in front of your door. Also, if you stay in a high rise, maybe there's a long corridor in front of your door. Okay, so these are all considered Sachi, and this is the Sachi is directly attacking your door. So over time, this create a stress pattern to its occupants, and other definitely will affect the health. Not only the health, it will affect wealth opportunities, relationship, household relationship, and also, of course, health problem as well. So this is your main door is very important. Yeah. Uh, okay. The second thing is the annual flying star. Yeah, the annual flying star. So every year the flying star will move locations, and there are some stars that is governing the health and misfortune, right? So which are these stars? Well, by the way, this is the annual flying star for 2026. Okay. And the illness star is represented by star number two, and its location is at the northwest this year, right? And the another star, we call it the calamity stars or the misfortune star, some call it. It is star number five, which is located at the south sector. Yeah. So for example, if you have the two or the five sitting in your bedroom, that means your bedroom will be either in the south location of your house or the northwest location of your house. Then every day when you sleep there, you might accidentally activate it. Right? So over time, what you may experience, you experience chronic fatigue, digestive system issue, or you found that your immune system has weakened. Right? Okay. By the way, this is not guesswork. This is calculated. Yeah, and I see this a lot in my consult. Right. Yeah, then other than that, the common problem number three is missing sector. So what is missing sector? That means you have properties around your house, which is when you square it off, it is some of the place are actually not inside the square. For example, if you have a triangle shaped house like this, so definitely the southwest area of the house is missing. A part of the south and a part of the west is also missing. Yeah. So T-shaped house, triangle shaped house actually is not really very good, right? And depends on which sector you are missing. So for example, if you have a east missing, then means the occupants of the house will have the liver will be more stressed. Yeah, whether you are drinker or not, doesn't matter. People who stay there with a east missing house will suffer from a liver issue. Yeah, in the long run. Yeah. So if you have a south area missing, that means it's a heart problem. And if it's northwest missing, then it's about the head. Yeah. So worst case scenario is head tumor. Minor is maybe depression. Okay. So many homes has missing corner. I understand that. And most people think that is design, but energetically it is imbalanced. Yeah. Feng Shui wise, we call this imbalance. Don't like it. Most of the time we prefer like a squarish or rectangular shaped house. Round is fine as well. Okay. Right. The next problem that I see very, very common is actually gutter. Yeah. This is very common, right? So everyone's, most people will have this problem, but no one want to admit. Yeah, no one to admit. Okay. So we often think that gutters are just a messy room or lack of organization, but in feng shui, gutter is a physical clock in your house energy circulation system. So if the qi cannot flow, it becomes stagnant. And the stagnant qi is the enemy of your health. Okay. So think of it like think of it, the qi is like a water in a stream. So when the water flows freely, it is clear, it is oxygen, it has oxygen and is life-giving. Yeah. So you see rivers, right? However dirty the river, you can still see there's a fish run up. But what happened when you throw a bunch of rocks and debris into the stream? Then the water stop moving, right? Because you are blocking the flow. And over time, it becomes a swamp. Then when it becomes a swamp, it start to smell and it start to breed bacteria, right? So your home works the same way. When you have a hallway, corners, or the space under your bed that are filled with stuff you don't use, what you're actually creating a swarm of energy in your living space. So this is why you feel heavy, unmotivated, or even physically congested when you spend times in a cluttered room, right? So stagnant chi doesn't just sit there, it affects your internal system, right? So a clutter in the bedroom leads to a busy mind and poor sleep. So you might have mental health issue, right? A cluttered kitchen can mirror a sluggish digestive system. So if your kitchen is clutter, then the people occupants will have digestive system issue, right? So and if you have old dusty clutter, it will degrade the air quality as well when you breathe in every day. So the more dead chi you have in your environment, the harder for your body to actually work to maintain, right? So what it means is, yeah, your respiration system will have problems. Okay. So right now, yeah, I want everyone to take a second and think which room in your house makes you feel the most tired just by looking at it. Is it a garage? Is it a table where you have a junk drawer? Or maybe a pile of paperwork on your desk? Yeah. So if you have those, type time to chat right now. Yeah, if you have it. Okay. Well, clearing clutter is just the first step, but the real secret of is knowing where the most vital energy need to flows in your house and which govern your specific body type lah. So in my consultation, we don't just declutter, we identify the specific sector of your home they are blocking your health, so we can clear them with a purpose. Okay. All right. Next, the problems number 5 that I've seen a lot is renovating at the wrong timing. Yeah. So every year there are stars called like Tai Sui. So and the year breaker, Sui Po. Then we have the 5 yellow and the 3 killing as well. Yeah. So all these negative stars it move or it shift every year. And your house might be affected by the Tai Sui, the year breaker, or the 5 yellow or the 3 killings. Yeah. So if you are and if the renovation that you have done has disturbed the negative stars at the wrong timing, you might be triggering this negative energy as well. Right? So If you renovate at the wrong time, you may be triggering a health issue unknowingly. Right? Okay, but not to worry. Yeah, not to worry. So I will also teach you, guide you a little bit about how to activate your health palace. Right? Why is it important to do feng shui, by the way? Okay, because when qi are able to flow smoothly, number one, your sleep improve, your mood stabilize, you recover faster, and your mental clarity increase as well. Yeah, but our body, your body, is actually very intelligent. Right? It will respond immediately to its environment. So if you have a bad environment, then you have a bad health. Right? You have good environment, and you have good health as well. Okay, so how do we activate this health palace? So these are not superstitious and not random cure. These are very, very precise activation. Because in classical feng shui, right? So every property will have a health palace, and this health palace is individually personalized, right? So these are not symbols. It is calculated based on your facing, based on the period, based on the flying star, based on the eight mansion, and also based on its occupant's pattern. So it's personalized to you. So now I'm going to show you one calculation from your personalized pattern, right? Okay, how? So how do you see this? Well, very easy. Number one, you have to know how to plot your pattern, huh? So where are you looking for? What are the things that you're looking for? Look for the lifestyle, right, and the gua. So at the gua there is a sector or direction. Okay, so for example, this guy has a lifestyle number 3, and the gua is actually east. Yeah, east. So the health palace or the life palace of this person is actually at the east. Okay, so what happened is find out where's the east. How? Okay, just roughly find the center of your property. You stand there, take out a compass, and you see where the compass point to the east. So for example, this property, the east is at the living room, right? Okay. So one way to activate the health palace is actually to clean up the area. So you have to declutter the area, right? Make it clean, tidy, spacious. And if you have doors or like balcony or windows, yeah, open it more often so allow the chi to flow. Okay. Why? Because when your health palace is properly activated, your body will respond. Okay. So find out where is your health palace and you activate it by how? Clean, clean it, tidy it up, declutter it. Yeah, if there's a door or window, open it more often. Okay. Well, if if you remember only 3 things from tonight, then I want you to remember these 3. Yeah. Why? Because these 3 areas influence your health more than anything else in your home. What are the 3s? Number one, correct bed alignment. Yeah, your bed. Why? Because you spend 1/3 of your life here. So if your bed directly aligned with the door, when you open the door, you directly see the bed, or you've been sleeping under a beam, right? Or if your bed is placed in the illness sector, where's the illness sector? Northwest. Or you are facing your unfavorable direction, then your body will remain in a subconscious alert mode. Yeah. So the bed itself must have a solid support, right? So you cannot sleep behind is a window. Okay. You must have a wall or a cabinet at the bed as your bed head. Right. And your bed must avoid sachi lah. For example, the door in front of a bed is sachi, Any sharp edges, cabinet, or wall that is pointing to your door, to your bed is considered Sachi. Yeah. And it has to be at the appropriate sector, which is not the Sachi sector, not the Unistar sector, not the Calamity sector. Okay. And it must align to your personal favorable chi direction as well. So the exact placement of the bed will require a proper analysis, yeah, of your feng shui, the house, the shape of the room, okay, and also based on your budget as well, right? So, and the second thing is actually the stove, yeah, the stove. The stove represent your internal fire. So it's your metabolism, your heart energy, your digestive system power, right? So if the stove faces the sink, then you have this problem called the fire and water crash, right? So if it's the stove sit at the illness sector, then you'll be activating the illness star of the year. Or if the stove was placed in a different direction, yeah, it might be causing Sachi as well. Example, your stove is facing directly to the entrance to the kitchen, the door, right? Then you will have a Sachi to your stove, right? So it may symbolically weaken the internal balance, and when we adjust the stove alignment or elemental balance properly, right? Most of my clients, they often report better digestive system, less inflammation, and more stable energy. And number three is period night adjustment. And this is critical. Why? Because now we are in period night. And in period night, the fire energy dominates. And home built in the previous period may now have imbalanced star combination. So if it's not calibrated properly, what used to be a neutral way now become uh, now might draining your health, right? Right? Because period shift and it changes how the chi behave, right? So the chi in period 8 behave differently from the same chi in period 9, right? And most of the homes are not adjusted yet. So I so it's actually a good time to actually start adjusting now, right? And these three booster, the bed, the stove, the period alignment, if you have done it correctly or properly, they will create a very stable health foundation. Right? However, the exact formula will depends on your house facing, the construction period, any renovation history, right? And also the occupant's personal budget. And last and not least, the flying star and the annual stars as well. And this is why serious health optimization require a professional calculation, right? Okay, well, before that, we cannot see chi. You cannot see chi flow. I also cannot see chi flow. But your body feel it every single day. And the question is not whether feng shui affect your health. The question is feng shui supporting you? Or is feng shui silently weakening you? Right? Okay, let me tell you a case study lah. Right. So one of my clients, female, 40 plus years old, middle age, she frequently have migraine. Yeah, and the migraine has been with her for many, many years. Okay. So and well after the feng shui audit, I found out what she is sleeping at the 5 yellow. Yeah. So, and of course, if you are sleeping in a 5 yellow, if you do not do any medication, then you will be activating it unintentionally, lah, right? So it's very simple. We just uh, relocate the bedroom to another room. Yeah, okay. And then the problem within weeks, the migraine actually reduce significantly, right? So is sometimes the solution is very easy. If you are able to diagnose what is the cause, then it is a very easy solution. Well, another case I have is actually it was from a business owner. Yeah. So the then when I meet him, he says he's always exhausted. Right. Yeah. By the way, this is not in Malaysia. This is actually in the United States. Yeah. So we did the feng shui by videos. Okay. So what I found is the design of the room actually have a beam, yeah, on top of the bed. Right. So what happened is the beam actually will cause, we call this a suppression chi, right? So suppressing chi is every day he sleep there, he's trying to rest, but then the chi is suppressing him, then he feel more stressed. Yeah. So whenever he wake up, he feel more tired. So that is the cause. Okay. Well, it's also very simple. I just asked him to flatten out the ceiling. How? By installing like a fake ceiling, or we call plaster ceiling. Yeah. So once you install the plaster ceiling, you don't see the beam. The beam are still there, but you don't see it because you use a false ceiling to flatten it out. Then you don't have the beam above your head anymore. Right. So after the adjustment, of course, energy returns. Right. And over the years, this businessman continue using my service. So and I can say as I'm proudly can say that I help him expand his business tremendously as well. Yeah. So health is not random. Okay. Right. However, I need to cautious you guys as well. Why? Because DIY feng shui is actually very risky. Yeah, DIY feng shui is very risky. Why? Because when you Google feng shui, right? It give you very generic advice. Like maybe they ask you put plants here, hang mirror there, and then add the water features, right? Very generic. Okay. So without uh correct calculation, this generic function might actually worsen your illness as well. Okay. So every house has a unique facing, unique period, unique flying stars, and also different owner parts as well, right? So you cannot like copy someone else cure. Okay. So like for example, your neighbor has done feng shui. Then you say, oh no, I don't need to hire a feng shui master. I just do exactly what your neighbor has done. No, it doesn't work that way. Why? Imagine this, you are on having a health issue. Yeah, then you don't want to see the doctor because it's expensive, right? So what happened? You go you go to your neighbor and ask your neighbor, what medication are you eating? Okay, then you go and eat the same medication. Do you think it will cure you? No. Why not? Because you don't even know what problems your neighbor is having, right? So what medication for your neighbors may not be the same medication for you, even though your house is just side by side. Why? Because you the owner parcel is different. You might have a different time frame where you move in, right? Per or you maybe your facing is a few degree off. Okay, so that's why you cannot copy your neighbor feng shui. So if you are serious about your health, let me ask you honestly, how much is your vitality worth, right? How much is your deep sleep worth? And how much is a long-term health worth? And this is where professional audit matters, huh? Okay. So what am I telling you today is actually as a feng shui consultant, yeah. So wherever you are in whatever country you are, I can actually do a virtual feng shui assessment for you. Okay. So what does this assessment include? right? Well, the assessment are done virtually, so I don't even have to fly over. You have to send me some videos. I will tell you what videos, what video to take. Yeah, and of course I'll use Google Map a lot to to find the area. Okay, so the assessment will be more on period 9 compliant, how to make your house comply to period 9. So you don't really have to do a major renovation to change the period number. No, no need. Yeah, I just have to know how to utilize the to make your house period 9 compliant. That's all. All right. Then I will write you a feng shui action guide, tell you what to do, what are the feng shui to do, so that you don't really have to remember whatever I say. Yeah, because I'll give you a report. Yeah. Other than that, I also personalize a feng shui and implementation date selection for you. So you can follow the dates to start your renovation, start your activation. Okay. All right. If not, if you do it at the wrong time, you might affect your health. And if you're still unsure, then we have an implementation meeting. Yeah. So we have a 1 hour Zoom meeting. You can ask me any questions you want. Right. So this is not general advice. This is a precision diagnosis from my side. Okay. So if you, yeah, of course, there are two ways. You can either pay a deposit today for 300 USD and you can pay the balance within 7 days, right? Or if you have a completed residential and office below 5,000 square feet, the full payment is 1997. And we will give you a limited bonus of one section of 八字 consult for 60 minutes. So, right, usually 60 minutes is for one or two person. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I only take a limited number of consultations. Yeah, because my time is very packed and feng shui require a lot of deep calculation. So if you feel something tonight resonant with you, do apply because your body already know whether you need it or not, right? Okay. So this is the QR code, or you can go to www.juriyap.com virtual FS. Yeah. Okay. So I will open up the my schedule for 20%. And if you sign up before, have to sign up before 28th of February. Right. So if you have further inquiry, you can contact our team through the consult@joyup.com, or you can WhatsApp us. I believe some of our coaches here also have put in their WhatsApp number in the chat box as well. Right. Yeah. So remember this, your home is either healing you or is weakening you. So the question is, which one is yours doing right now? Right? Okay. Again, thank you very much for joining me today. And I hope to see you soon. Yeah. Let me help you correct your feng shui for you. And together we live an enjoyable and healthy life. Thanks. Thank you guys for joining me today. See you. Bye.